Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back another kicking movie reaction review! Dun dun dun! So a friend of mine and I, we kind of had like a movie and game night. I went to the Redbox and rented a couple films. Rented The Happy Time Murders, and I meant to rent Predator, The Predator I mean. But this was like right when The Predator came out, so it wasn't really in the Redbox yet. So I rented something else instead that we hadn't seen. Solo, a Star Wars story. The Han Solo solo film. So this film was okay. I don't have a problem with Star Wars like side stories and solo films and stuff, because I thought Rogue One was a good film. Rogue One's a good film, yo. I enjoyed Rogue One. I quite like Rogue One. But this movie was just alright, you know? Like, there wasn't anything special about it. The thing is, like, pretty much everyone who watches this movie has seen the original Star Wars trilogy. And if you've seen the original Star Wars trilogy, then everything that happens in this movie is just extremely predictable. You know what I mean? Like, we know he's going to get the Millennium Falcon by the end of it. We know he and Chewie are going to become besties. We know it's not going to work out for the friends he makes in this movie or for his love interest. We know these things aren't going to work out because we know what happens later down the timeline. We know it. Sure, it's kind of interesting to see this new story about how it all happened, but once again, there were things that were mentioned in the original trilogy that they just couldn't change. Like, oh, he won the Millennium Falcon in a gambling match with Lando Calrissian. Yeah. Congrats. Okay. We know how it's going to happen. There's just... he's like teaming up with these criminals the whole time, and it's like, obviously, his relationships with them aren't going to work out because he doesn't even mention them in later movies. They aren't part of his crew or anything. He doesn't really have any relationship with them in the future, so we know it's not going to work out. The whole movie, we know it's not going to work out. Sure, the score is great, as Star Wars scores always are, and the special effects were dope, but they weren't anything like groundbreaking or special or anything, you know? They were just good. Like, as far as sci-fi movies go, it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Now, say you're new to the Star Wars franchise and you decide to watch all the movies in chronological order, not the order they were released, but the order in which the events happened, you might find this movie to be more interesting. You might find it to be a better movie than I did. But how many people are actually really doing that? Whenever someone shows someone else Star Wars, they're always going to play the original trilogy for them first, aren't they? I mean, come on. Come on. We know how it is. We know how it is. It's just not how it works out. So, maybe it should have done a little better at the box office than it did, but honestly, it's just fine. There's nothing real special about it, but there isn't really anything bad about it either. It's just predictable. And Disney just wants to make as many Star Wars movies as they can because they think Star Wars movies can't do bad at the box office, which this movie disproved because it did, in fact, do poorly at the box office. But that's not because people saw it and didn't like it. That's because people just refused to go see it, you know? People want to see the lightsabers. They want to see the Force, I feel like. And this didn't have any of that. Not even a mention of the Force in this whole movie. It was just predictable. That's it. That's all I really have to say. So thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. If you want more movie reaction reviews, I'll do more. Most of my reviews are probably going to be over movies that have recently come out or over like kaiju and toku type films. But I do love you guys. Tell me your thoughts on this movie in the comments section below. You can give me recommendations for movies in the comments section below. I'm down for that too. You know, I used to work in film, so the more movies the better. That's it. Thank you all once again for your support. I'll see y'all later.